Spell it the creative vault. Vault means box, and we actually are a box of creativity.
Means you're a creative agency in Agra.
Yeah.
So Agra being means a tier 2 city.
At the end of the day, you are going to market all these new brands like that, and you have to stay very much connected.
Yeah.
Thing is juggling between multiple roles, because it does not matter whether you are married or you are a mother, even as a single girl.
Hi everyone, this is Charu Kapoor from Job Art Stories, and in a recent series of startup founders, we are covering our very own creative Tanisha Panwar from Agra, who is the founder of the Creative Wall. So we will be moving towards her and listen from her what are her details and how she started the startup.
Hi everybody, this is Tanisha Panwar, and I am the founder of a digital marketing agency which is based in Agra from the name of the Creative Vault.
So, Tanisha, moving ahead, we would just start with your brief, how Tanisha started the creative world, and a brief background about you as well.
Okay, so basically, I started off with Creative World in the year 2021 in the month of December, and we were three people who started off with the agency. The founder of this agency is Mr. Shivam Chawla, who is also an automotive influencer along with being an entrepreneur. We have Sarthak Pawar, who is a very talented cinematographer, and then there is me, who is the creative manager and is also the co-founder of the agency. So the name of this agency, as you can spell it, the Creative Vault. Vault means box, and we actually are a box of creativity, creative talents. And so I also worked as a sales executive and also a team leader in one of the very renowned edtech companies like Vedantu and Byju's.
Yeah.
And during that time, I kind of realized and figured it out that this is not something that I wanted to pursue for the rest of my career. I wanted something very creative because I always had my mind in the creative sector. So marketing was something that I actually wanted to pursue, and then we just started off. We kicked off with this agency, and that's how it began.
Okay, so just a brief I wanted to ask you're a creative agency in Agra.
Yeah.
So Agra being a tier 2 city means you might be having certain certain drawbacks, certain things related to it. So why in Agra? There would be many places you might have started with it.
See, to be very transparent and honest with you, obviously we have very good agencies who are working in the metro cities and good established cities, but we choosing Agra for the primary reason was, of course, that it's our hometown and we are very much emotionally connected with the city. And apart from that, we being the next generation wanted to bring about a change in the traditional and old concepts of marketing, which we have been following for like years now.
Yeah.
So we wanted to take this challenge up and introduce something which is very out of the box and very different from what people were already catering in the market.
Okay.
So this was probably one of the major reasons why we started off with this agency in a tier 2 city like Agra.
Yeah.
So it was that.
Yeah. So just a situation I'll just provide you a situation you are moving you're going towards a client based in Agra.
Yeah.
So how do you pitch them, especially to the not to our generation, especially if the business is being operated by someone from a second generation.
Okay.
People do
Yeah,
call
got
them the
it.
sandwich generation. Yeah.
Of course. So yes, it is a challenge because obviously they are very much confined to a limited amount of creative mentality and a creative potential. So it's a challenge but we ask for this challenge,
Yeah.
right? So this is how we try to pitch them. We try to actually explain this to them that how this new concept is going to bring about a change in the the business module and the business structure. And वो थोड़ा समझाना कभी-कभी हमारे लिए difficult हो जाता है, but then when we are very much confident with the skills that we own, we are confident about the things that we are bringing to the table, it relatively is not that difficult also. And जो सामने का हमारे जो client भी होते हैं वो उस चीज़ को समझते हैं, क्योंकि it is all about confidence at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally.
आप कितना confidently उस चीज़ को portray करते हो and how much confident are you in your own skills.
Yeah.
So it happens like that. So
yeah. So apart from that about your pitching and all about we want to know what are the services that the creative world is providing. means in all?
Okay. So basically, we are a full-fledged digital marketing agency. We are providing all the digital services. It's with a 360-degree approach, and but our forte is production because
Okay.
we have a very good production team, and I think like we all are very much aware of the fact that the next marketing is going to be all about visualization, about videos, and which is even which is very much evident even in at the present.
Yeah.
तो अब हमारा प्रोडक्शन जो है वो बहुत अच्छा है. हम लोगों ने काफ़ी अच्छे ब्रांड्स के साथ भी काम किया हुआ है. We have made short videos, we have made all kinds of videos, and apart from that all the services that we are providing includes social media marketing, branding, and strategizing about your brand.
brand.
हाँ, तो एक proper हमारा full fledged marketing solution आपको creative wall पे मिलेगा.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just means while you were telling me about the services and all,
Yeah.
so I wanted to ask means, is there any particular area that you feel means you said that production is the best that you. So,
Yeah.
what about the platform? Do you feel means which platform would be more एक्सपेरिमेंटल या फिर
Yeah.
उधर जाना ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट रहेगा सबसे फर्स्ट हैंड अगर किसी को स्पेसिफिकली पूरा आपको वर्चुअली मूव करना है तो?
I think obviously Instagram, okay, because considering the kind of reach that you get through Instagram and the tools and of course the freedom that you get on this platform it's vast, and Instagram पे अभी भी it's comparatively it's easier for brands to reach out to their specific target audience when you do it through Instagram. I honestly like YouTube marketing also, but YouTube marketing requires a lot of patience.
Okay.
Because that is something, obviously consistency. So the results that you are probably going to achieve on Instagram will be you'll be able to achieve those results in a lesser time on Instagram, because there's a huge audience, and the audience यूट्यूब पे क्या होता है कि आपको थोड़ा पेशेंटली चीज़ों को करना होता है, एंड यू हैव टू बी वेरी मच पेशेंट विद द रिजल्ट्स ऑल्सो. Plus, you have to be very consistent. But once you hit on YouTube, once you have, once that hit happens, so there's just no looking back after that. So I think Instagram and YouTube are the two most potential platforms as of now to introduce and launch a brand digitally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Tanisha, I got to know that you are a content creator as well,
Yes.
apart from being a co-founder and leading the creative world. So, you are wearing many hats at the same time.
Juggling between multiple roles.
Yes, yeah. So, means just to be honest, means what is the best role that defines Tanisha?
So I've been a person who has always followed her heart. मैं कभी भी ना किसी एक रेस का हिस्सा बनने की मैंने कभी कोशिश नहीं करी. I just wanted to listen to my heart and follow my heart. So I think if I wouldn't have enjoyed being the co-founder of Creative World, I wouldn't have done it, because I gave up on 2 of my jobs previously, only for the reason that I thought that I was not doing what I wanted to do. So I enjoy all the roles that I play, from being a co-founder to a content creator to being a daughter even. तो मैं हर चीज़ को करती हूँ बहुत पैशनेटली करती हूँ, दिल से करती हूँ, एंड आई थिंक दिस इज़ व्हाई आई डू नॉट फील द प्रेशर. एंड ऑफ कोर्स एक वो जो चीज़ होती है मुझे कभी फील ही नहीं होती है. आई एंजॉय ऑल द रोल्स, आई गिव माई 100%, एंड आई जस्ट लीव द रेस्ट टू द आउटकम्स एंड द रिजल्ट्स.
Totally, very nice. So, एक और question था. आजकल when we are shifting towards Instagram, there is majority of question कि ठीक है इस टाइम पे रील डालनी सही रहेगी या इस टाइम पे रील डालनी मीन्स देयर इज अ फोटो मीन्स एक तरीके से वो होता है ना कि ये टाइम सही है या नहीं. सो मैनी टाइम बहुत लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि दे ट्राई टू डू हिट एंड ट्रायल मेथड्स वाला चीज़ टू सी विच टाइम इज गुड फॉर देम. मीन्स इफ यू आर वर्किंग फॉर अ क्लाइंट, सो आप कैसा स्ट्रैटेजी निकालते हो?
ऑब्वियसली इट प्लेज अ वाइटल रोल. हम ये नहीं बोल सकते हैं कि मतलब बिल्कुल ही मतलब टाइमिंग्स के उसका रेलेवेंस नहीं होता है, बिल्कुल होता है. दिस इज़ वाई people are following a certain pattern of putting up things on social media platforms like Instagram and even on YouTube. But at the same time, I think content is the king at the end of the day. If your content is good enough, it resonates with the kind of audience that you want to target, irrespective of whatever time you're going to put that content in. वो टाइम उतना मैटर नहीं करेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई टेक Zomato, ठीक है, आई रियली लाइक द मार्केटिंग ऑफ Zomato, एवरीबडी लव्स इट, ठीक है. तो वो अगर रात के 9 बजे पोस्ट डाले, रात के 11 बजे भी कोई पोस्ट डाले, जो लोग उस ब्रांड से रेजोनेट करते हैं, कनेक्टेड आर वेल कनेक्टेड, आर गोइंग टू रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट post even at that particular time, irrespective of any specific time that they might have chosen. तो वो चीज़ होती है. आई थिंक कंटेंट मैटर्स द मोस्ट. अगर आप ऐसी चीज़ डाल रहे हो जो आपके टारगेट ऑडियंस को हिट करती है तो नथिंग लाइक इट. फिर उतना टाइम रेलेवेंस नहीं होता. इंपॉर्टेंट है बट टू अ लिमिट.
सो इवन इन आगरा आई बिलीव बहुत जेंजीज जो हैं वो अपनी नई नई ब्रांड्स लेकर आ रहे हैं, दे आर स्टार्टिंग अप, दे आर बिल्डिंग अप देयर ओन स्टार्टअप्स एंड ऑल. सो
Yeah.
मींस इफ एज तनीषा मींस इफ यू आर गोइंग टुवर्ड्स देयर सोशल मीडिया, तो ऐसा होता है कि कभी कभी देयर माइट बी बैरियर्स बिटवीन द जेंजी लिंगोज एंड ऑल.
Yeah.
सो दे हैव देयर ओन वर्ड्स, दे हैव देयर ओन डूइंग. सो उस चीज से रिलेटेड हाउ यू टैकल दोज थिंग्स?
Okay, first of all, I love this question because I am a millennial. I'm actually not even a millennial. I'm a zillennial. I'm
You're
hanging
in between.
in the between. Yeah. So sometimes when I feel like going on a social detox, I just can't do that because the only thing to stay connected with the Gen Z and their concept of marketing is to stay updated and stay active on these social media platforms all the time. Even if you don't want to, you will have to, because at the end of the day you are going to market all these new brands like that and you have to stay very much connected.
Yeah.
ठीक है. उसके अलावा जो मुझे एक चीज़ समझ में आती है, it's की hire young minds. This is what I truly believe in.
Okay.
Because even if like 10 years down the lane I'll be probably 35 or 36 or I'll be 37. तो अगर मैं young minds को hire करूँगी, because I'll be way ahead of in terms of many things.
Yeah.
But they'll be where
With
they
the-
are,
yeah.
right? तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा एक अच्छा input मेरे को मिल सकता है उनके through, the employees. Apart from this, obviously staying updated.
Yeah.
जितने भी trends हैं, even if you don't like following trends, but you'll have to do that for certain brands. आप भले अपने personal content के लिए trend follow ना करो, but for brand and to make sure that the brand is reflecting.
Yeah.
मतलब वो एक फोकस में आ रहा है, it's always relevant, तो आपको ट्रेंड्स फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे. Secondly, like hiring these young ones, and thirdly, be a part of these youth conferences. ठीक है, build a community, try to build a community, try to connect with as many people you can. ठीक है, आप conferences में जाओ, you go to these events, seminars that I help. You connect with like-minded people, you get to know about so many perspectives, and then things happen.
Yeah, I believe that in a similar way you are connecting with people in Agra.
Yeah.
Because Agra, though many people think that it's a very small enclosed area, but it has.
Trust me, it is
wide-
not.
It's not.
It's not, because I have been in the market for 2 years and I can
Yeah.
literally vouch over the fact that it's not.
So I believe my next question becomes null and void only because you've answered only. Means my question was around how you connect with the community. It means how you connect in the
Yeah.
scale of Agra. Means in scale of Agra.
Yeah.
Right. So moving ahead, what would be the 3 words that you would resonate with your team, the creative world? Means though it is the 3 words, but apart from that, anything you might.
Creative being the first, of course, because it's there in the name. Creative, we are very professional. And third is we are free. I mean, this is one thing that I literally feel so good about to tell when I tell it to other people, that my employees have the creative freedom. Once they're on their desks, they are not sitting with a very confined mentality or very confined creative potential.
Yeah.
They're free to do anything they want. They're free to propose their ideas. They're free to execute those ideas. Also, of course, the approvals are needed, but then they're free to be opinionated about anything that they find worth it.
Yeah.
So yes, so creative, professional, and free.
Creative, professional, and free.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So with the word creative, I'll ask. That means you might have heard about creative block. Means many a time when you're working in a marketing agency, there's a creative block. You don't know how to move ahead, what next to do. So how to overcome that creative block?
So see, it's with I think it's with the profession of creative people. It mostly happens. जो लोग creative होते हैं, जो लोग artistic होते हैं, उनके साथ creative block एक बहुत बड़ा challenge हमेशा रहता है. ठीक है. Sometimes even I don't feel like coming to the office and I don't feel like giving my inputs also. So at that point of time, what I realize is that okay, if I don't feel like doing it, I won't do it. Because then अगर मैं अपने efforts डाल भी रही हूँ, they'll be null. क्योंकि उसका कोई सिग्निफिकेंस उसका होगा नहीं, वो चीज़ निकल कर नहीं आ पाएगी जो हम चाहते हैं. तो इट्स बेटर दैट you just set yourself free for some time. If you're not feeling comfortable, if you're feeling that creative block, you go out, you probably explore, you take a solo trip, travel करो. ठीक है, तो मतलब अपने आप को उस चीज़ में ज़बरदस्ती घुसाने की कोशिश, because the outcome is not going to be anything out of it.
Yeah, totally. Moving ahead, we know about the creative block now. Means how we can remove it. Means, but how do you remove that block? Means, what is your inspiration? How to be creative? use a place to go or a particular thing to do?
See, apart from what I do, I really love traveling. I think that everybody loves traveling. आजकल तो सब travel freaks हैं, ठीक है? तो बट मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जब आप travel करते हो, when you meet different people, you gain gain different perspectives, and आपको बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें पता चलती हैं you wouldn't have known otherwise.
Okay.
ठीक है? तो मैं जब बाहर travel करती हूँ, और when I spend a lot of time, I think I like isolation. I'm not saying that मुझे अपने आप को अकेला रखना पसंद है. It's just that I need some time. I need my own space to figure out certain things. And it's not necessary. अगर मुझे कभी ऐसे creative block होता है, तो obviously अगर मैं भी ऑफिस में बैठी मेरा काम करने का मन नहीं है, तो मैं बोरिया पे सर उठाकर I cannot go and travel somewhere. I'd rather go to a cafe. I'll sit there. I'll just sip a cappuccino and वहाँ बैठकर आराम से, and I'll be just at peace, at ease. और मैं तब सोचूंगी कि okay, now what is to be done next, और थोड़ा अपने आप को calm down करना.
Okay.
So this is how I remove the creative block. So my go-to inspiration place is it's something which is very dear to me. It's my room. ठीक है? So I have my whole room. I have my whole home in a room. पता नहीं, मतलब मैं उस रूम में आती हूँ, I get very comfortable. I get the best of my ideas in my room, and obviously उसका execution मेरे office में होता है, but I think it's my comfort place. मुझे बहुत relaxed feel होता है, and I feel at ease. I feel very safe. ठीक है? तो वहाँ पर then my creativity it actually kicks in my room.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. It's a unique answer. So apart from that, means अभी ना recent trends वगैरह चल रहे हैं. Means AI is there. There is different trends going on. तो marketing भी थोड़ा obviously, जैसे अगर हम content वगैरह की बात करें, तो उसमें evolve हो रहा है, उसके साथ चल रहा है. तो what is your tip, means how to be well versed with the marketing and technology जो अभी चल रहा है trends के साथ?
So if I talk about that, you need to, like I said even in my previous answer, कि आपको updated होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. ठीक है? Now we have certain trends that are actually stepping in, like we have artificial intelligence, then we have these e-commerce websites. अब now slightly we are shifting towards people are shifting towards online shopping. ठीक है? So we e-commerce is a great platform for driving sales also. ठीक है? Apart from this, then AI है, though I don't recommend or suggest being dependent on AI like totally. इसकी अगर for example, I love writing, and I have practiced content writing also. But then when I know that we have ChatGPT in today's time, I'll not be entirely dependent on ChatGPT, because it is very much evident. The robotic language is very much evident when it is compared to what humans write, right?
Yeah.
So I am not entirely dependent on ChatGPT for the same. But of course, it lessens your time. It helps you do a task in a very in an easier
Easy
manner,
manner,
and
yeah.
of course it consumes less time.
Less time, yeah.
But that does not mean that you should be entirely dependent on it, because at the end of the day your creativity matters. ठीक है? जो चीज़ आप naturally कर सकते हो, जो एक natural creativity होती है, you don't let it die because you have certain things to cover that up.
Yeah.
तो वो चीज़ आप मत करो. You still go on practicing. I still write, and जब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि okay, this is something that I want to write about, I write it without taking any help from ChatGPT. So it works like that, and it actually is better than what ChatGPT writes.
Yeah, totally, because
So,
at the
it
end
is coming from my own brains, from my own creativity, from my own vision.
Yeah,
So
obviously,
that's that.
Yeah, totally. So moving on, you told about that many e-commerce websites are also coming up. So what are your brands, the creative world, what are the brands they are dealing with today?
So we fortunately in the span of 2 years we have dealt with very good brands, touch wood. हमने बहुत अच्छे brands के साथ काम किया है, and we have worked with nationally and internationally renowned brands. There is one brand, Columbia Sportswear, which is based in Oregon, USA, and it's an international sportswear brand. We have worked for them by our cinematographer, who's Sarthak Pawar. He's also my real brother. So he was sponsored a trip to Everest Base Camp in last October by Columbia Sportswear. So he was supposed to create this whole content. And apart from this, we have worked with BMW, we have worked with MG. हमने ऐसे brands के साथ भी काम किया हुआ है. And आगरा की मतलब आप मान के चलिए 70% clients, मतलब brands we have catered in production and social media also. So we have worked with very good and elite brands.
Okay. So moving towards this only means you are in Agra presently. So any future aspects towards tapping into new sectors, new places?
Yeah, of course. I am still, see, my target from when I started off with the agency,
Mm-hmm.
and this was one of the reasons why I chose Agra, a
Hmm.
tier 2 city like Agra, because, like I said, that I
Hmm.
wanted to challenge this narrative
Hmm.
of all concepts of marketing,
Yeah.
right? So I am going to tap more tier 2 cities,
Mm-hmm.
and my next city is going to be Dehradun,
Yeah.
probably. I'll be
Okay.
tapping cities like Dehradun, then we have Lucknow,
Mm-hmm.
we have Gwalior. So I'll be tapping these cities because I know that there are very good brands in these cities, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just I'm not sure about them having good digital marketing agencies to
Yeah.
kind of promote them socially.
Mm-hmm.
So my next target is to tap these tier 2 cities instead of going to metro cities that already have a lot of resources. They have
Hmm.
their own establishments. तो मैं इन cities पे जाकर and I'm going to work on these cities.
Okay.
So we were also the media and production partners for one of the biggest events that was held in Agra in the year 2022, जिसमें
Okay.
King आया था.
Oh,
ठीक है, he's a very
nice.
renowned rapper, and
Mm-hmm.
he came and we made the entire video, which
Mm-hmm.
was thoroughly liked by him and his team, and we were
Mm-hmm.
the media partners.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that was a big feather to our hat
Yeah.
because conducting such a huge scale event in a city like Agra, it was
Yeah.
happening for the first time.
Yeah.
So this was something that we literally, count in one of our biggest achievements.
Nice, nice. So we now know that you are catering to more tier two cities like Lucknow and Gwalior. So moving on, we would just like to know about your team. Sorry, we would just like to know about your team. Means how is the creative world, the people behind it? We know that there are three major people. Like you are there. There is a founder. There's a creative head as well. So what about the other team members? Means how are they?
So, our senior social media executive is Shrishti Nani, and she's a very talented girl, very professional.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Shrishti, again, one more Shrishti. She handles the HR department,
Mm-hmm.
and apart from that, we have a lot of freelancers. We have Shalvika, who's a good
Uh-huh.
graphic designer. We have Tala, we have Shaz, who are website developers
Mm-hmm.
and designers
Okay.
again. Apart from that, we have a whole team of production.
Uh-huh.
We have cinematographers, we have Shivam and Sarthak,
Mm-hmm.
Arvind. These
Mm-hmm.
guys are
Yeah.
super talented, supremely talented, and very, very professional. Then, apart from this, we have photographers. Again, Shivam. We have a good full fledged team
Yeah.
that works together.
Today we know that social media plays a very important role, a crucial role किसी भी brand को आगे foremost अगर आगे बढ़ना है तो. So you being means your creative means the agency is into this also, the social media marketing as well. So what are your secret sauces behind this? मतलब किसी भी client को pitch करना है तो आपकी क्या secret sauce रहेगी उसके लिए?
Of course, first is content.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we have to ensure that we are making and we are delivering what the audience wants to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you take up any brand, for example, if I've taken a jewelry brand, okay, so if they have their own specific, I need to firstly study the target audience.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be studying about what audience they want to cater to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be also doing a bit of research on what they want to see. Okay, what they're expecting from us, and if you deliver that thing, if you deliver that relevant content to the target audience, you have majorly done your part, because once it starts resonating with them, they start connecting with the brand, and eventually the conversions happen. So I think the secret sauce is again, it's content. If you're making good content, then nothing else matters. You need but for that you have to do a thorough research, you have to do a thorough R&D. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए आपको ऑब्वियसली ब्रांड को स्टडी करने की बहुत अच्छे से ज़रूरत है, वो आप ऐसे नहीं कर सकते हो. और सोशल मीडिया कैंपेन का जो एक सक्सेस होता है वो आप मेजर ही इस तरीके से कर पाते हो कि वो कितना इंगेजमेंट उसके थ्रू हमें मिला. ठीक है, क्या CTR था, विच इज़ क्लिक थ्रू रेट. ठीक है, कितने लोगों ने लिंक्स पे क्लिक किया है, एंड जो हम लोगों ने जो भी चीज़ें ड्रॉप करी. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, फॉलोअर्स इन्हांसमेंट. मतलब ऑब्वियसली इफ समबडी इज गोइंग टू कनेक्ट टू योर सोशल मीडिया कैंपेन और टू योर ब्रांड, यू विल सी अ रिलेटिवली rising follower, and I truly believe in only organic followers. I don't believe in these shortcuts of buying followers or kuch bhi aisa purchasing followers. I believe that if I'm going to put something out which is going to resonate with my audience, they will eventually connect and the followers will increase.
Okay.
So this is how you measure the success, and this is how you pitch the client. You give them out of the box ideas and you'll see the results.
Yeah, totally. So being in Agra, being the co-founder of the creative world, there's there are many questions when it comes to my mind specifically. Agra जैसे शहर में, as a lady, means as a female entrepreneur, surviving in this particular field of line, wherein you need to be creative as well, you need to deal with the clients. So how it goes, how Tanisha is moving around this in a precise manner. I just want to ask, like, what are the challenges as a female entrepreneur you might have faced, or others might face if they want to come into this particular field?
So the challenges that we majorly face is obviously the very first thing is juggling between multiple roles, because it does not matter whether you are married or you are a mother. Even as a single girl, I have responsibilities of being a daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to come back home. I have to look at certain things. Then you're going to the office. You're taking care of the office, and then you might, because the kind of work that I have, it's diverse. We have shoots. We have lots of planning and strategizing.
Yeah.
You have to be available everywhere. So
Yeah.
I'm all the time juggling, and then I'm also creating my own personal content.
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't even remember the last time I took an off for myself.
Yeah.
It eventually happened either ways. I mean, either I was traveling somewhere or I had commitments. But मैंने अपने लिए अभी तक शायद मुझे याद भी नहीं मैंने लास्ट ऑफ कब लिया था, क्योंकि even if I'm taking an off, I'm on my phone, I'm doing my work, I'm wrapping other things up. So the challenges that you face is obviously first is juggling between multiple roles. Apart from that, sometimes I wouldn't say that you get uncomfortable, because people here are very understanding. लोग समझते हैं and they feel good when they see a woman who is taking it over. थोड़ा सा बस challenges कभी ये आते हैं कि people tend to not take you that seriously.
Yeah.
ये चीज़ अभी भी है. मैं चीज़ इसको मैं थोड़ा हाईलाइट करूँगी कि when you're a woman, people are, and especially I'd like to address this, that if people think that if you have a pretty face you don't have anything here. So this is so it's like कि sometimes you're not considered that much. Sometimes your opinions are not that much considered, and you have to literally and this is what I've been trying to overcome.
Okay.
These are the barriers that I'm trying to overcome through my work, through my dedication, through what I through my, maybe you can say, my creativity. So I'm trying to change this whole narrative that you are beyond a pretty face, and just a woman.
Yeah.
You it's not even about bringing equality. I think it's more about just being a human and giving as much outputs as the other gender is, and being heard at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's that. I mean, दो जो major challenges होते हैं वो यही होते हैं कि एक तो आप बहुत multiple roles, multiple tasks आपको करने होते हैं being a woman.
Yeah.
And second is this. But then as long as you're enjoying what you're doing, you'll be easily able to surpass all the barriers. And to all the aspiring women entrepreneurs also, I would say that just don't think about it. If you're thinking about starting a business, just do it.
Okay.
And leave. And if you have that strong intuition that this is going to work out, if you have that self-belief, it will work out. And you'll be able to surpass all the barriers in a very positive manner.
Yeah.
Because then those barriers will not be pressures, or you won't feel that kind of, you'll not feel the negative energy. You'll be like, okay, this is something that you're doing for your own self and for the people who will be coming. Along.
Okay.
So yeah.
So okay, let's just finish our talk with your final words. Some words of wisdom to our viewers or some budding entrepreneurs like you.
So like I also mentioned previously, that just follow your heart and do what your heart says, because life is too short to be thinking, because I have overthought a lot many things in my entire life, and I'll be 28 within 2 months now. So this is the best realization that I have, that do, if you feel like doing anything, just do it. And of course there are many other aspects that are associated with that. Don't just ignore them completely, but at the same time don't overthink about things. Do them. If you have the self-belief, you can make it happen. And this is how you're going to lead, and you're going to create a path for yourself.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Tanisha.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure being here.
So, it was our pleasure to host you as well. So we will be signing off now. See you all in the next episode.